it's recording.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Well,
We finally made it out of Louisiana.
we did. We've kind of taken a little longer than usual to post videos. We were hoping to get one out a week. We're getting out about one every 8 or 9 days. But a lot of it's been just driving the boat.
A lot of stressful evenings.
Stressful evenings.
Trying to get through the bridges and the locks.
Yep. Driving the Mississippi River at night.
At night, because we couldn't find a spot to pull over. And when we did find a spot to pull over, it was too shallow, ended up getting stuck.
Yeah.
And we were running out of daylight. That was at what, 9 o'clock
Yep.
going up the Mississippi River.
It's been cold. It's been raining. There's been a lot of traffic, a lot of radio nonsense.
Very windy as well.
Very windy, and we've just been kind of fighting the elements and fighting all of the breakdowns. We've got plenty of those.
Yeah.
They'll be in the upcoming videos. So we just wanted to say thank you all for bearing with us. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for your support. And we're just looking forward to getting out some more videos. But right now we are in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Yeah. And it's pretty, as you can see in the background, even though it's about 49 degrees. It's a pretty place. The dogs had some time on the beach. Much needed.
Much needed. A lot of running they needed. So, but we're in the clear now. So we've got beaches ahead of us. So they're going to have plenty of time to get out and run around.
Yeah.
Which is going to make our lives a whole lot easier because they're going to sleep all night long and not wake us up at 7:30.
If not earlier. I think today it was like 7:15, and they ready to go outside. So hopefully they sleep through the night. But anyhow, it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
That's we're not being dramatic.
No.
They said that we were going to get through. This was going to be the worst part of the trip.
They were not lying. They were not lying. But they did say once we got out of the Mississippi, once we got on the eastern side of Louisiana, it was going to get better because it's day trips. It's 6 to 8 hours of driving each day.
We're not doing any overnights.
No more of that.
Soon.
Not planned.
Maybe once we get further out towards the Bahamas or something, Key West. But as of right now, we're just going to take our time.
Yeah.
Coasting along the Florida coast and just day sails. And we will get the sails up. So
we had them up briefly during, and we'll go into this in one of the videos here in a little while. But we had them up briefly during the trip from Kemah down to Galveston because it was kind of fitting. But we realized pretty quickly that with a lot of traffic around you in close quarters and tight quarters, you don't want the sails up driving your boat around. Yeah. So we haven't had the opportunity. We've really been in very narrow Intracoastal Waterway areas, and we just haven't had the chance to put them up. But they're coming, and so are we. We're on the way. So.
Yeah, we're getting there. Just hang tight, stick with us, and there'll be a lot more adventure to come.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Some of these nights we've been so tired we made it about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then we were out. It's just a very...
And there's no, we don't have any protection at the helm or around the back of the boat.
There's no enclosure at all, so it's all wind burn. I didn't know wind burn was a thing, but apparently wind burn's a thing. Yeah. We've had that several times, including last night. But it's been an interesting trip. We don't regret what we've done, but we have definitely learned a lot, and we have definitely grown quite a bit. Learned a lot is for sure. You know, hearing the radio traffic, how locks work with small craft like this. We'll probably do an entire video at some point on our experience with the Intracoastal Waterway, where it's all just one intercoastal video, because we never found that. We looked for people who had done the ICW from Texas to Florida, and there's
been a few,
but they're not the whole trip. It's not the whole way, and they're boring. A lot of them are boring, and they're really boring. Didn't make us want to continue watching it.
Yeah.
But we're going to stay set here for the next few days. I think it'll give us the opportunity to get some videos out and let some weather pass. Supposed to be some Arctic temperatures coming.
Probably this weekend, I think.
Yeah. So we'll see where we are.
But it's going to go all the way down to like Tampa, and so we're not getting out of the cold anytime soon. So we're just going to
tough it out
while we can.
But anyhow, all right. Well, thanks you guys for continuing to watch. We're going to get some more videos out to you very soon, and we'll see you out there.
See ya.
I'm James,
And I'm Kyle.
and these are our two Dobermans, Rip and Beth.
We sold everything and bought a soul.
And we're taking these crazy dogs with us on an epic adventure to sail around the world.
So follow us while we do sailing, exploring, and living the tropical dream.
Welcome to Dobies on Deck. Last time on Dobies on Deck, we take the dogs for a walk, we fix some things, the dogs supervised us fixing things, we fix more things, and we fix even more things, and then we fix more things, and then there were more fixes, we installed some radar, and then we raised the sails on our way down to Galveston, where we fueled up for our trip across the Gulf to Venice, Louisiana.
All right, here
Or
we go.
so we thought. So we left out of Kemah, headed down to Galveston so that we could get some fuel before we left out to the East Coast. And while we were on the way, we did put our sails up, but we only sailed for about an hour or two before we realized there's a lot of commercial traffic out there, and we decided, no, that's really not the best thing to do. So we put the sails down and continued to motor and avoid all of the traffic, which showed up on our AIS and our radar until we got down to Galveston.
Made it successfully down to Galveston. About to head into the marina, and had one minor little repair on the generator, but it's working now. So what do you think so far?
Well, still here. It didn't jump off and swim back to shore, so I think we're good.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Gonna get up here. Apparently our AIS cut out, or at least the online portion did. We're gonna make sure we're still transmitting AIS. My dad sent me a message saying that we stopped transmitting 2 hours ago. It looks like it's working, so I'm not sure. And we're gonna address the problem with the front nav light. We never did check to make sure that that started working, so we gotta check that. We still gotta get the front nav light working too. Oh, yeah, that's important. Might need that for the nighttime driving. And get some fuel and head east to warmer waters.
Yep. We're gonna do our first overnight straight out to the Gulf towards Louisiana.
Yep. Stop at Venice. Everybody that I told this morning, they said, where are we stopping at on our first stop? I said, we're going to stop at Venice, Louisiana. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. You're going to love it over there. He said, don't be surprised. There's a lot of professional fishing. He said, commercial fishing. He said, don't be surprised if you anchor, they'll come over and ask you politely to move out of their fishing spot. So we're not going to anchor. We're going to be at a marina, but it'll still be cool to watch all of that. Lots of traffic. It'll be fun. It's cold. It's like 43 degrees or something right now.
It's going to drop down to the 30s out in the Gulf. So
that's why it was important to get that generator going so we had heat.
Yeah, but we got the generator going and it's heat going throughout the cabin. So we should be fine. But we don't have any protection.
Yeah, we don't have
at all.
Enclosure back here.
No enclosure, no nothing. So we might freeze to death. We shall see.
She's got something to do. She's got somewhere to be.
All right, we just got the boat fueled up. Now we're trying to find some grass for these dogs because somebody's in a hurry. See, she's running. I think she knows where she's going. She really don't. Beth, wait.
All right, clean up.
All right, here we go. Last fuel dock for the next 300 nautical miles. So, very exciting and nervous.
No, wait. You know what he thinks that is? Shit. He thinks that's a BALL. So the original plan was to sail straight from Galveston across to Venice, Louisiana, where there was a lot of stuff for us there, and we knew we'd be able to hang out there for a couple of days. Unfortunately, that's not how it went.
All right. So we decided to leave at dark. It's probably one of the most questionable decisions I've made in my life, but only because I didn't know better. But we got into the ship channel, and I guess they call it a ship channel for a reason, because all of these lights you see out there are not oil rigs. Those are all ships waiting to get into the Galveston ship channel. And they just come up on you. So we were asked politely to exit the ship channel, even though that is where our track is taking us. Our Navionics route was taking us through there. I don't know why, but we exited, and now everybody's able to get where they need to be. You can see the sea state is kind of deteriorated a bit. We're looking at, not bad, still not bad, but it's not the nice calm waters of the ship channel or the Galveston Bay, but it's I'd say probably 1 to 2 foot waves. We're not taking water over the bow or anything, but you know, it's, I don't know, this is it's about 45 degrees. Winds are at 15 knots. Not warm at all. But like, you know, I've been looking at this boat right here, at this ship, for over an hour. And, you know, when you're just driving along at 5.6 knots, you know, luckily it's stationary. All these boats are waiting their turn. But we're just, we just had something break loose up there. What the hell was that? Oh, no, that's just the spare line. It's just water hitting that that inflatable gangway again. So yeah, you don't get anywhere in a hurry. All these boats were waiting on us to get the hell out of their way. Oops. I'm gonna do a couple of more maneuvers. As soon as we pass this ship here, we will get back on our course, our designated course, and then we'll get there. It says 2.5 days about. So anyhow, good times.
So about 8 hours into the trip, and we've all worked a little bit of a shift, the starboard engine started acting very strange and then suddenly died. So when we looked at the fuel, we saw that it was full of crud and the filters were completely shot, so we replaced the filters and it seemed to be working fine, but then it died again. So we just decided to turn north. We wanted to get to a port where we could find some parts and not be out in the middle of the Gulf whenever the other engine possibly died. So it was a pretty rough passage. Kyle had just finished up his shift here and is sitting down with the dogs to maybe calm them down a little bit. But it was not fun. It was cold, it was windy, it was dark, and the sea state was just not ideal. So we tucked tail and turned north to go to Port Arthur. We found nothing for pleasure craft in Port Arthur. So once we got to Port Arthur, we had to hook it east and go over to Lake Charles, Louisiana, where the Golden Nugget was our beacon in the darkness. They have a really nice dock. Of course, it's a Tillman Fertitta property. So all of the Landry's restaurants were there. We didn't do any gambling. Probably should have. Well, not with the luck we were having. You know, we just kind of hung out there for a day or two and got some parts, got some repairs done. And then we were ready to go. So the next morning we got up or two mornings later, we got up and reprovisioned and set off again. Okay, bright and early. We're fucking up now. by Golden Nugget. It was fun. We appreciate supporting the storm bright and early this morning. Over there from U6 lines or something. We are off to our next destination. So after we left the safety of the Golden Nugget, we decided to stick to the Intracoastal Waterway, which, as you can see, is a little more twisty-turny, but it does have the safety of not being out in the open ocean. There's quite a bit of traffic. There's barges that are pushed by these tugs, and it goes both directions, east and west, and you do have to stay out of the way. Talking on the radio was a bit of a learning curve, but especially with the language barrier of the Louisiana boat drivers. But once we got it figured out, it was pretty smooth sailing. It was still cold. It was still breezy. We had to go through some locks, and we had to, call ahead and get people to open up some bridges for us. But once you get the hang of it, it's actually not that intimidating. But at first, we were, just trying to keep it between the lines. I think in total we went through probably 8 or 10 different bridges or locks or something that required us to radio ahead and either get permission to go or have them actually move the entire structure for us. But once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. So we finally made it to Morgan City, which is a pretty cool town, and that bridge right there that you see is a railroad bridge that's usually up. About 95% of the time it's up. But of course, when we got into town, it was down, and we had to sit out there and wait for about an hour before it finally raised itself back up. But Morgan City was pretty cool. They have a city dock that allows boats to come in. I think it's like $25 a day. And they have electric and water hookups, and that whole little street there near the dock has restaurants, a hardware store, and just, a lot of stuff to do and places to go. Join us next time as we continue our journey down the Intracoastal Waterway, passing some barges and going through some locks in the middle of the night, but not before more things break and the engine plays up again, and we actually had to call out a mechanic this time. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. We want to thank our patrons for all of their support, and we hope everybody will join us next time. Thanks for watching.